and then we make the line on this side. So notice after we've done that, we have now an X at the top, we have the point here. Again, we're just going to draw a line through that X, and now this is a line that's perpendicular and goes through T. And that would be what we need for this problem. Alright, moving on to the angles. So when we're going to copy an angle, just like when we're copying a segment, we need to start off by making a ray. So it does not matter how the ray faces, I'm just going to draw this one going up. You could draw it differently if you want. Okay, so end point here, ray going up. Now I'm going to put my compass on the point D here. I want to have one arc that would go through both sides of the angle. So again, I'm going to have to do with one of the ones that are on the inside because none of the other ones go that far. Does not matter which one I pick. I'm going to go with one of the larger ones, so the one at the end. I'm going to make an arc that goes through both sides. Now, I'm going to then go back to this end point on the ray, and I'm going to make another arc that is at least as big, probably bigger. Okay? Now, so that's just setting it up. Now we need to figure out exactly where I'm going to draw the second line. So the way that we do this is we need to figure out the distance from this section to this section. So those are 2 points where they're crossing. We need to figure that distance. So we're going to put the metal ring on one of them, and we need to figure out which of these holes lines up with the other one. So notice I found it here. That one lines up exactly right. I'm going to go back to this one where they were crossing, put the metal ring, and then the other one I'm going to draw here, and notice that they cross. So again, we have an end point here, we have an X. When we see an X, it's a good hint to draw a line through it. We're just going to go through them from the vertex through that line, and with that we then just copy this angle. And that would be basically what we need for copying a congruent angle. The next proof has us creating an angle bisector. So what we're doing on this is we're cutting this angle in half. Right? So with this one, kind of similar to the one before, we don't have to worry about drawing a ray because we're not copying anything. We're just going to cut this in half. We put our compass where the metal part's on the inside, and we're just going to make an arc that goes through both sides. Alright, so that slid a little bit, but let's redo this. Alright, arc through both sides. Alright, now from there we put the metal here, and then we're just going to pick any point we want. I'm going to just go ahead and pick this one out next to C. Okay. We're then going to go in this general area. We're going to make an arc where the center is rotating around there. Again, we're going to remember this length, or this marking. We're going to go to the other one. We're going to move this, and we're going to make a mark there. All right, so notice from there I use the same marking from both ends. Okay. I have the point T, I have an X here. Again, when we see the X, we basically draw a line through it. And there's our angle bisector. So again, an arc any length you want. From each of these points, any length you want. But again, you just do the same one for those. This is it. All right, and then there's another angle bisector one where you're basically going to use this where you want one of these sides to be the angle bisector with it. So this one's a little trickier because now you're really just going to be copying the angle, but you're going to copy it continuing off of it. So we're going to start here, and we're going to make an arc that goes through both sides, continues on for at least the same amount of distance. So an arc through both sides. I'm going to use this one Oh, sorry. There we go. Here's a picture now. All right, an arc that goes through both sides. So here's an arc, and it continues on for the same distance as that. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to have the focal point here at the middle. Okay, so focal points here at the middle, we need to figure out where this one lines up best. So if that's here, this hole lines up best. Okay, so center at this one, this hole lines best. I'm going to rotate this circle around, but then at that spot which we just said was the same distance, we're going to make an arc on this side. All right, so now notice we've got an X. So with the X, we're going to draw a line through it, and there is the angle bisector that we need on this one. So this one's, if you're told that this line is the angle bisector, on the other one you're told you need to make the angle bisector. So again, it's kind of the same concept, but one of them you have to put the one in the middle, the other one you have to put it outside. All right, so this was our constructions ones. This is one example from each of them. Hopefully this video helps you if you are doing this on your own.